Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for the previous video. As I indicated in my previous video that I bought two properties and also a brand new Tesla while working a minimum wage job, and you guys did not believe me, which I don't have problem with. But in today's video, I want to show you guys some of the evidence of how I was able to purchase the property, the amount I was being paid at a time, how much the property was being sold for, and also some of the communication between the real estate agent, not the agent, but the broker, the company that did my pre-approval. And because I had no idea the process involved in buying a house in the US. Okay, mind you, in 2020, it was just I came here in 2016. I arrived in the US in 2016 of January, and I had no knowledge, no working knowledge, no experience, nothing. I came here with just a high school degree. All right, high school degree, high school diplomat. And so I had to start working for a minimum wage. All right. So from 2016 I came into the US. 2020 I bought my first house. But what happened between 2016 and 2018 is a whole different story. I did not begin saving money for a house in 2016. I began saving money for a house in 2018, right? So I'm going to tell you guys from 2018 on 2020 how I bought a house, how I bought my first property. So but before I do that, I want to send a big shout out to my newest followers. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And also, if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, because I have so much content that I will bring out here. My experience living in the US and how life has been will also serve as a lesson to you. If you live in the US, you live in Canada, you live in the UK, or wherever you live, you can take some of the lessons or some of my knowledge, my idea that I use in the US, and implement it wherever you live. And that will be able to help you to scale your life. You may be able to buy 3 properties, you may be able to buy 2 properties, or you might be able to do something, right? That will be very much helpful to you. Because all of this I had to learn. Like, I had to learn this on my own. Like, nobody taught me nothing. Nobody taught me nothing. Nobody taught me about investment. Usually, most immigrants that come here, like, they just focus on work, money, saving money. But I really, I'm so grateful that, I had to learn some of these things early. That really helped me, because now, at least I am ahead of some of my friends, some of the people that came here before me. Right, I'm ahead of some of the people that came from. At least I was able to buy the house just 4 years into the US, just 4 years, while working minimum wage job, making between $12 and $14. I cannot be exact right now, but my pay stub is going to indicate how much I was making at the time, the number of hours I used to work, and also how much I pay for the house. This house is a single family house, which means it has no attachment. It stands alone. And what I love about this place is that the neighborhood is very much peaceful, is very much quiet, very safe. I have never heard of any robbery or any more material being stolen in this place. Okay. So I'm going to be 100% transparent, because I'm not going to give a false impression of something that I did not experience. Which I know it was very challenging, for me to actually buy a house while making minimum wage, when I have other responsibilities. All right. At the time, I had to make car payments, right? Not car payment, not actually, not car loan, but car insurance. I had to pay car insurance. I had to pay my house rent. I had to eat. I had to spend money on gas. So, and I was not making a lot. All right. But I'm going to tell you guys how I was able to do it. But before I do that, I want to show you guys the house that I bought. I want to show you guys the front of the house, the back of the how the house is. It's actually nice. Then from there, we can go in and continue the content. So let's go check the house out. So guys, this is the house here. This is a 3-bedroom and 2-bathroom house. Very spacious, 1,650 square feet. As you can see, it has a very decent, nice front yard. You know, I can have a party here, or host an event right from my house. You know, since this is the house here. Is the house. I love this house actually. The moment I saw this house, I knew this is the house that I wanted. Anyway, I love white already. That's my favorite color, white. Yeah, this is a nice front yard, you know. Excuse me. But that's the house here. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom. This right here is the house. I believe this house was, you know, was really kept for me. I can tell you guys how much I love this house and this neighborhood. Three bedroom, 2 bathroom, has gate, you know, all around it. Flowers. I think the person who was living here before, you know, used to like flowers. They planted flowers all the time because there are different type of flowers here. This one is like a suit. It has a separate entry into the house. This is the side of the house. This one is like an in-suite. It has its own private entry. Here has a problem. It has a transmission problem. If you are interested in this car, you know, you can just bring a little bit of money and just take it. If you can fix it. But I'm also selling that car you see over there, the vehicle. It has a transmission problem, but if you are interested in it, you can come over in Pennsylvania and get it for a little bit of money. But yeah, this is the house right here. I love this house. This is the house that I bought, making $12.74 an hour. Let me know what you think. So as you saw in the video, that is the house that I bought in 2020. So I bought that house at a time when I was making $12.74 an hour. So I was working 80 hours a week. In addition to that, I was also working between 40 hours to 60 hours overtime, which was like, I can't tell you how many. It's like I was working like 7 days a week. That's how it was like. So I was like working my regular 80 hours, and I was working additional 40 hours to 60 hours almost a week. Like sometimes I used to work Monday from Monday to Sunday. That's how it was like. It was like 7 days a week. And sometimes I would work like 10 hours overnight. I work the next day 8 hours. I work 18 hours straight overnight, and then 3 to 11 overnight, or sometimes overnight and 9 to 3. That's how it was like. Because $12 an hour, $12.74 an hour was like nothing, you know. In order to save for the down payment of that house, I had to cut down a lot of things, right? I had to stop spending money on clothes. I did not spend money on clothes in 2019, because it was in 2019 that I began saving money to buy this house actually. You know, I began this job that I currently work at. You know, that's a job I started in 2018. From January 2018 to June 2018, I did not work. I was unemployed. I was submitting applications, and I couldn't get employers to call me until this job decided to hire me. So from January to July, to June, I was not working until July 12th. I began working at this job. So from July 12th all the way to December of 2018, I was basically working just to survive because I was behind on my credit card, on my Capital One, you know. I was behind on my credit cards. So I had to really, like, I was basically just working to survive in 2018. From June 2018 to December 2018. I had my rent, my insurance, car insurance, health insurance. I had to pay my utility bill. I had to pay for gas, food, and eat. So it was impossible for me to save money in 2018 until January of 2019 when I began saving money to actually buy a house. And the only reason I began saving money to buy a house, that was because when I was unemployed from January 2018 to December, sorry, I got a call. So when January 2018 to June 2018, I was actually depressed during that time period. That's because I was unemployed. I had a lot of bills that I needed to pay. I used to do some Uber Eats, which was like little, very little. You know, I barely had money to survive. So I used to listen to Billy Brooks. I used to listen to these motivational videos. And then one day I came across Graham Stephen. He was talking about how you can own a house by putting down the least amount, like they're using FHA, right? The government backed mortgage. So he said you can put on 3.5%, live in a house, and allow your friends to be with you in the house. So I was like, for real? Yeah, I was like, that's possible though. I could save money, you know. But at the time I was not working. Like I was just on the internet, on YouTube, just watching videos, just looking around. So it was like, so when I got hired at this job in 2018, I was like, oh, thank God. Because now I could pay my bills. You know, I started, you know, gaining my consciousness. So the entire from June 2018 to December 2018, you know, I just focused on just trying to create balance. You know, because I had to work I had to work 6 months at this job. I had 6 months grace period. So I had to make sure I was always on time to work. No problem, nothing. So during that time, I was just there just for my grace period, just to make sure my bills are paid. Then 2019, January, I began saving for the house. Okay, I used to work 80 hours every 2 weeks. In addition to that, I used to work like 40 hours, almost 40 hours, between 40 hours to like 60 hours, 60, 70 hours, even 80 hours sometimes. Because I used to work sometimes like 7 days a week. I would work 7 days a week, from Monday to Sunday straight, from 10 hours overnight to 8 hours to 18 hours to 10 hours Saturday, entire day. Sometimes I used to work the entire weekend, from Monday to Friday, and then weekend I worked the entire weekend. That's how it was like for me. So I was doing that while making my rent payment, while paying my car insurance, which was like $150, and also my health insurance. I had to put gas in my car. I have to eat, you know, like those things. Like I really had to cut down on a lot of stuff. I stopped going out, you know. I stopped buying clothes. I did not spend money on clothes again. So I was wearing my clothes that I have on me from 2016, from 2017, 2018. You know, I did not buy clothes in 2019. I was just working and saving money until like July 2019, when I reached out. I had about $10,000 in my account saved up, and then I reached out. I went on Google and typed in real estate company or agent, and then I saw this name came out, like the Matt Lenza team. They have 4.5 stars or something like that. That's how I reached out to them and sent them an email like, oh, I'm interested in purchasing a real estate a house that I can live in. You know, I have no idea. This is my first step. I don't know the process. Mind you, I was just 4 years into the US because I came here in 2016. So 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, I started searching for a house. And I bought my first house in 2020 of February. So, and I reached out to them and I told them how much I have saved, $10,000. And, you know, I had no idea what I needed to do. And they just sent me an email telling me, oh, we need all of this. We need, first they asked me, do we have a real estate agent? I said no. Do we have pre-approval? I said no. They said, okay. That's how they sent me an email requesting for my W-2, asking for W-2, pay stub, tax return, every stuff that they could ask for. And so when I collected all of those stuff and sent it to them, that's how I got a pre-approval of $150,000. So we began looking for houses under $150,000. So from August 2019 to December 2019, I couldn't find a house in my budget that I wanted. All of the houses that we saw, I did not like it, or they were too expensive for me. Even the ones that were $150,000, they were townhouses. I didn't want to live in a townhouse. I wanted something very, you know, I wanted a stay-alone house. So we still began checking, you know. And by around December 2019, that's when I saw this house, you know. I think I saw this house. Was it December 2019 or either December or January 2019? That's when I saw this house. When I saw the house, I told him, oh, I wanted this house, you know. And this house was going above asking price. This house was going for $155,000. However, I was only qualified for $150,000. So I needed additional $5,000 in order to qualify for this house. And we had to reach back to the broker and told them if they could, you know, they could increase my pre-approval rate. They said no, that's the only one, that's the maximum I could be approved for. That's the maximum I could be approved for. So I said no problem. So the agent told me that, you know what we can do? We could offer them the asking price of $155,000, and then after that we asked them for seller assistance. So seller assistance means the seller will be willing to offer part of the closing costs, you know. So I said, okay, no problem. We did an offer of $155,000, and the seller agreed. And we asked them for seller assistance. The seller said yes. So the seller was going to offer us $5,000. So now the price of the house had to come back down to $150,000, which was in my, you know, my pre-approval rate. So I was kind of excited, you know. That's how the effort got accepted and we signed the contract. All right. And I closed on this house in February, on February 28th, 2020. That's when I closed on this house. That's how long it took me. I think so. That means it took me like a year to actually be able to save for this house. And I had to cut down my expenses, right? I had to do a lot of stuff, you know, like I was living frugal. When I tell you frugal, I was living frugal. I only spent money on food, on my car insurance, of course, and gas, rent. That's it. Because for like $12.74 an hour is like nothing, basically nothing. So I was like working constant. I was working 7 days a week, like any shift that was available. I was working any shift that was available in order to save for this house, you know. And so I bought this house for $155,000, basically. Working $12, making $12.74 an hour, and working like between 40 to 60, 70 hours. Because some week I used to work like 20 hours, extra hours, sometimes 40 hours in 1 week. 1 week I used to work sometimes 40 hours of overtime. So basically 2 weeks I used to work like 140 hours, 160 hours, like 80 over 80. 80 hours regular, 80 hours of overtime. That's how crazy I used to work. Like I was so, like my body was so drained. Like when you see me, you feel that I was like malnourished, like I was not eating on time, like I was barely eating, because yeah, that's how it was, you know. But I'm grateful that I actually sacrificed to buy this house at the time, because this house served as the foundation for my second house and this being able to afford this Tesla, you know. And I'm grateful also that this year, 2024, I graduated with my bachelor degree in information security and networking. Though I have not secured a job in my field of study yet, but I am positive. But as I speak right now, I'm still working my minimum wage. I'm still making the minimum wage, you know, even though it is much higher now than what I was making in 2020. But I'm still making less than $20 an hour, to be honest with you guys. So that's, you know, that's my story over there. You know, that's how it took me to actually buy my first house in the US. Just 4 years living in the US with no working experience, no knowledge, nothing at all. So if you enjoy my content, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Also, let me know in the comment section what you think. All right, if you have a question, let me know. I'm very much open, and all of these things I'm saying is 100% truth. Right? It's 100% factual, because I have whatever you need, whatever you want to see, to make sure that I'm not lying to you. Ask me for it in the comment section, and I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you it. It is legit. It is hard work. I just work a lot, you know. But I'm going to make separate videos explaining how I bought the second house and how I was able to afford a Tesla, because it is not possible to make less than $20 an hour and be able to afford a Tesla Model S 2022. It's impossible, right? It is impossible, because Tesla costs around how much? Like a lot of money. And also being able to buy another house or second property while making less than $20 an hour is like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you okay? Yeah, it seems impossible, man, but I just did a lot of stuff, you know. But that's the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Share my content. I'm really hoping that I can grow this YouTube channel and make something meaningful out of it. All right, see you in my next one.